Randy, a defense attorney in the criminal case at the center of these firings, is raising constitutional questions about the lack of information provided by the Ramsey County prosecutor. Meanwhile, the police union says someone inside the department violated state law by confirming the names of these officers too soon.
The facts in no way support termination of these 5 officers.
The St. Paul Police Union won't publicly say why it believes the facts are on the side of 5 officers accused of wrongdoing. But that's because they believe Police Chief Todd Axtell shouldn't have taken the firings public at all before the process is complete.
He has given an incomplete and false narrative, forcing the media to fill in the blanks. He has placed these officers in danger.
The chief himself has not named the officers, but according to a person with knowledge of the case, they include Nicholas Grundy, Robert Luna, Christopher Rhodes, Nathan Smith, and Jordan Wild.
An individual assaulted others, and officers did not intervene.
That alleged assault took place outside Checkerboard Pizza last June, which is owned by former St. Paul officer Tu Cha, who is charged with hitting a man with a baton outside Checkerboard. The chief responded to the union's accusations today, writing, "I look forward to hearing the Federation's position on this matter once they have taken the initiative to request and review the investigative files."
What we do know is that a bunch of police officers from the St. Paul Police Department showed up. We have video to that. But what we don't have are any police reports from that night.
Jack Rice is the defense attorney for Tu Cha and says he would also like to see the investigative files. He says he didn't even know about the internal investigation or officer firings until hearing about it in the media.
I received no official notice that there was an investigation going on.
Today, the Ramsey County Attorney's Office told KARE 11 that's because we did not know about the internal affairs investigation. The information is not public and therefore disclosable until the investigation is complete.
My problem is if they didn't know, why not? If they have an ongoing criminal case, they have constitutional obligations to provide that information as it's ongoing.
Jack Rice says he's still waiting to see how Cha's criminal case will be impacted by that internal affairs investigation, and that could take a while. The union says the officers will appeal, and that process could take months.